Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 4 of the Mann Cup Championship Series. It is a best of 7 and our Lakers still trail the series 2 games to 1. So you know what to do. Exactly what you did last game, which is to get loud and stay loud for your Lake Show. And now lacrosse fans, as you all may know, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes by the Lakers board, coaches, and managers and many other volunteers. In 2015, the new Lakers board was created, and since then, this team has been to the Mann Cup final 5 times, losing only once in the 2015 Mann Cup in the West and Victoria Shamrocks. It's hard to get to the Mann Cup and win consistently at such a high talent level. That is why you need great leadership in these leagues. One of those leaders, Bill Joyner, was our board chair for 2015 to 2011. He is still visible around the Memorial Center, organizing and volunteering here tonight. Bill is in his 70s now, but you would never know it by the enthusiasm and the passion he has for the game, our fans, and growing the Lakers brand. To our regret, Bill has decided to retire from the Lakers lacrosse board. His talents and leadership will be missed around the table. Bill did not know that we were going to have this presentation tonight, so he might be a little bit surprised. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Joyner and his wife Kayla to the floor. As a board, we want to acknowledge Bill for the volunteering of his time and his leadership. And we all know that behind every successful person is a supporting spouse and partner. So please welcome Bill Joyner, Bill's wife to the floor as well. Please also welcome to the floor Bill's daughter Yvette, husband Mark, and grandchildren Logan and Thomas. On behalf of the Lakers board, the team coaches, managers, and players, and of course the fans, in this 150th anniversary of lacrosse, thank you, Bill and Kayla, for your leadership and support, and continuing the great traditions of lacrosse and building champions in Peterborough. Thank you, Bill. Enjoy the Lake Show. The Lakers have won 3 Mann Cups in a row, so the mission this year is lacrosse is just not a game here. It's a lifestyle. It's a tradition. It's a Century 21 Peterborough Lakers lacrosse. Get ready, because it's go time. Would the captains please come to center floor for tonight's ceremonial face-off? Tonight's ceremonial ball drop is being done by Lakers retiring board member Bill Joyner. Once again, Bill, thank you so much for all you've done for Lakers lacrosse. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Mr. Joyner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, remove your hats, and join Michaela Hetherington in the singing of our national anthem. The Lakers respectfully acknowledge that we play our home games on the traditional and treaty lands of the Miccosukee and Anishinaabe. The Lakers thank all our Indigenous friends and neighbors for sharing their culture and teachings of the game of lacrosse.
Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to Game 4 of the 2022 Mann Cup. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Sullivan. It is 2-1 Langley, the Lakers, with a 12-6 win last night. And you always hear people talk like, oh, now the Lakers have momentum. I say you throw out the last game. This is a brand new game.
I think so, too. I mean, Langley's going to do things differently, and, the ball's just going to drop a little differently. But that's what the Mann Cup's all about. It really is a challenge each and every night. I mean, what goes on during the day, how they prep, how their sleep was, did they get to an ice bath? All the things they need to do to truly prep for each game.
Yeah, it can change so quickly. One of my favorite quotes ever for a 7-game series, Richie Kilgore would talk about when Six Nations and Peterborough would be playing. He said, we know in a 7-game series there's going to be a blowout either way. There's going to be an overtime game and a bunch of close games. Just go this or that based on a couple of little things. We need to do those little things in those games. You get the blowout, you lose by 6, forget about it.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. You can't come back here thinking, geez, how do we get another 6 goals on these guys?
Yeah.
It's really all about the little things, face-offs, loose balls that we seen them come out hard with yesterday.
Kevin Reed said the same thing. I was chatting with him, one of the assistant coaches, and he said, it's kind of better to get blown out than lose a tight game. You just forget about it. It's like, oh, we played bad. We lost. There you go. Langley with the first possession on a face-off violation. Jay Thornbert will switch his stick out for his D-twig, and Dixon will take the ball and immediately look over to Dane Doby. They have been the dynamic duel, but Connor Robinson with the ball has been pitching in. Here's Dixon. Get a bit of a pick. And Robert Church slid to the net, but the pass didn't connect. Here's Tutton with it for Peterborough.
Yeah, I think Dixon was just rolling high and trying to look for something inside. It just wasn't there. It didn't form.
Tutton gets all the way to the front door of the bench and just leaves it there. Here's Sean Evans. Not a lot of changes in the lineups. Here's Matthews. That one goes off of Kellner and up out of play. It'll be a fresh 30 for Peterborough. The Lakers have not changed anyone tonight from last night's game. Langley does have a couple. Jarrett Toll and Keegan Bell are out. They've both been playing throughout the series. And in are Colin Monroe and Trent Kellner is back in after sitting out a game. That shot comes out, scooped up by Jordan Magnuson. Sean Evans back on D. Just kind of runs away and lets Magnuson take the shot.
I don't know what the book is on him, but they were quite comfortable to let him run in and take that shot and shut off the offensive guys.
Yeah. Church over to Doby on the far side. Kyle Matisse, you can see in the back end again. There's a pass in the middle. Nice fit play. And Dylan Kinnear, who scored 5 goals in the first game, gets Langley rolling a minute and 15 into the fourth game.
Well, once again, hard at it is Mr. Doby. You're going to see them swing the ball over to Dane. the top. It's going to go out. He's going to play an east-west style game. That pick's coming in, and he slides off underneath, just gets a foot in behind the defender and is able to get a good shot in.
Great steal by Kinnear to make that two-man game work. Abbott and Thornbert once again.
There's all those little things you talked about.
And this time, the violation is on Abbott, and the Lakers will get it. Interesting with Jay Thornbert, I think. His face-off stick, white head, white mesh, it's all white. The shaft is a bit different. His D-stick, all black. Head, shaft, strings, everything.
Well,
here's a chance for Hogarth, and he ties it up. 2 goals in a minute and 31 seconds, both of them from right on top of the crease.
Yeah, both teams showing that they want to play an inside game here early, or either that or the defense are just getting spread out a little bit too far. So as they sing the ball over to Vitarelli, he's going to take it down, try to get into an east-west. Far side of the floor falls asleep, and you're going to fall asleep on Thomas Hogarth. He's going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, it was Isaac Enju chasing Hogarth. I'm not sure if that was his guy, though. It's just nothing happened on that little slip pick.
Very similar type goals on both ends.
Century 21 Laker goal, scored by number 9.
Salama comes away with it, thought about making the pass through. He's going to pull it out, let the offense set up.
Assistant number 23.
Church is the 5th guy out for offense. He's going up to the top. Doby runs naked to the crease, and he's stopped by Matt Vince, the starting goaltender once again for Peterborough. Doug Buchan still in civvies tonight with a lower body issue, so he is still sitting out. So it's Vince backed up by Mike Poulin, and Frank Chiliano starting for Langley, backed up as always by Steve Fryer. Scanlon over to Robinson. Got Thornbert watching him. See, now Thornbert's out there with the face-off stick.
Well, what I've heard about that and coaching Jay and draw them in like that is a lot of times the bench guys will want to have a differentiation, so they'll call for their bench stick, their draw
so they
stick.
can tell it easily.
That's right. Real quickly they can grab it.
But he got caught out there after the face-off, so I imagine he's switched up by now. Yeah. You can see attached to the trainer has the draw stick in her hand. There's always one person responsible. Oh, what a rip by Vitarelli, but Chiliano dropping to his knees just gets an arm on it.
And they're very particular about who hangs onto that stick, trust me.
Yeah. Dixon threw everybody. It's in. And everyone's just being let run loose tonight. This is kind of a crazy start.
Seems like we're a little bit looser than normal, that's for sure. But, I mean, it was just a simple coming off the bench in transition, but really there was nothing in front of him. You can see the Langley defenders all get there. But when he hits the floor, he's got one in front of him and one coming in, but he just splits between the two of them, and it just rolls over top of the shoulder and drops in.
Important there that he circled around the crease because that did take a while to drop in.
Yeah, had he run through, they'd have called that back. You're right, Stephen.
Yeah. Another violation on Abbott, so the Lakers head to the O.
3 minutes, 3 goals.
So we're looking at 30-29 tonight?
Yeah, just, who knows?
They'll dial things down a little bit. Sure, the defense will get more solid, but you can see the Lakers spreading out the O. That might be a plan tonight, as there's some space underneath. They try and flip it through. Doesn't get to Resetarits. And immediately heading up the floor. Once again, that was Dowdy bringing it up and making the pass. And Dixon's going to wait. So they took away the lane that time because there's been open space at both ends quite often.
Burned me once.
Sweeting out on him. Saw the pick coming, and they do a pretty good job, but Dixon still gets a dangerous shot off. Dawson jumped out on him, but boy, Dixon doesn't need much space to shoot. Here's Doby. Matisse and Pace on the two-man defense over there, and this is Church. And Church and Dawson and Sweeting have been a pair here. Doby's shot is high and wide, but Dixon tracks it down. Robinson gets underneath Pace, and there's a slide from Eric Schul, forcing the outside shot.
Thunder really spread out on that offense. I don't know if that's a ploy to try and pull the Laker defense out, but they didn't bite on that one. They stayed in tight.
Both teams really spreading the O and trying to draw them out. Oh, big pick by Katoni.
Yeah.
That's going to be too much.
You jinxed him.
I thought he was already past the calling point, but
well, and the refs will, they'll get on that early or they won't. Tonight, it seems like they're all over it. So.
That's the Matt Giles special. I always thought Giles was the best at going down and setting picks a little bit harder every shift until you find the line. Pass through the middle, and Kinnear gets absolutely crunched on that one, so the defense is, as we suspected, tightening up a bit. They're down to 6 to shoot. Eric Moz lets one rip. And Vince swallows it up, flips it ahead to Gilray, who scored a huge goal in transition last night. When it's a 12-6 game at the end, you kind of think it feels inevitable in retrospect, but that was a close game for a lot of that.
It actually
that
was,
game.
yeah. And I've told a lot of people the same thing. I mean, there was 2 3-goal runs the Lakers when they finally pulled it apart.
Yeah. Hogarth in tight, gets knocked down from behind and stopped by Chiliano. And both of those runs featured a key transition goal, the one by Gilray, where he took the shot from Dixon, went off the backboards and came out to him, and the other, Dawson, that one where he's back and pedaling and just grabbed the ball and went in alone. As you pointed out, it looked like his brother Dan on the breakaway.
Looked a little Dan Dawson-ish.
Yeah. That one's off Vincent out of play, so it'll be a fresh 30. The ball popped off the mesh back to Church, and away we go. We are 5.5 into this first period, 2-1 Langley. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. Oh, Matisse was almost off. Now he is. Robinson is hustling back. Matisse is going to peel out as Cal Slade was there, but he gets to Evans, who rips it. Heads up play by Matisse, and that is a great shot by Sean Evans.
Yeah, I mean, and Matisse just being such a smart heads-up player, he realizes that he's got nowhere to go here. As he sees the defender come in off the bench, he's going to pull out, then sees Evans, and Evans just rips it, uses that defender as a screen. Absolutely fantastic shot. One closer for Shawnee to that ultimate goal.
Yeah, he came in with 46 goals and 150 assists for 196 points, 7 behind John Tavares for the all-time Mann Cup scoring record. So that'll give him, this is his 47th game played. He has 47 goals. It's pretty consistent.
Fairly decent.
Yeah. The assists are huge. I mean, he's 150 assists. There's a rip from the outside by Catoni off Chiliano. Fresh 30 for the Lakers as it gets out of play. Tavares with 111 assists, so Evans way past him on that, but Tavares 92 goals. Exactly twice as many. Well, before that one. Rezateris trying to fight through traffic. Good D by Langley on that one. Matthews will come across the top. Now some space for Rezateris. Didn't hit anyone and gets out of play, so it's a Langley possession.
It's nice when you look at that list, just how many Lakers, Peterborough Lakers, we've been able to sit here and watch that are on that that list of Mann Cup achievements.
Yeah, it's a special place to get to watch games. Had some fun series with different teams coming in. That pass to Dixon doesn't connect. Of course, Langley back in 2012, New West in 2010, Maple Ridge in 2018. Everyone bringing something different. Shot by Austin Hazen is turned aside and grabbed.
And you're right,
Victoria
Stephen,
back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Victoria, and New West came in with just a rough and tumble type team that just wanted to slap everybody around best they could, and everybody brings something different. You're completely right.
That team had at least 3 Geiches on it. Ilya and Alex, and I believe Milan was playing.
He was.
Don't know if Nanad was at that one. He might have been. They might have had all 4. Here come the Lakers breaking out 3-on-1. Salama. Sweeting has it. Shoots. It comes out to Matisse. That one got away from him. They had Dawson there. We know Dawson's a sniper, so
now
maybe you go to him.
Yeah, great shooting percentage.
Yeah. He's 50%, right? He's taking 2 shots, I think.
Great job by Salama there to get in between.
Nice feed through to Moss, who just manages to tiptoe around the crease. By the time he got settled, he was well past the goal. He was actually past the goal line. Here's Robinson, low shot, but Vince had that all the way. And Pace, Dobie with the forecheck. Pace just rolls it ahead. Heads up play. Alex Pace is a smart player. The Halifax native.
That's right.
Love seeing some Nova Scotia representation here at the Mann Cup. Evans. Matthews at the top. Rezateris slipped around behind. Nice job by Enju to keep an eye on him, not get out of position, but be ready when he came back out in front of the net. Here's Evans again. 4 on the shot clock. He'll rip it. Chiliano with a save, and Rezateris immediately there, but he missed the ball. Still loose. And they're going to say through the crease and played the ball on the Lakers. That was Joe Rezateris stepped in the crease, so Langley possession. Isaac Enju, again, one of the junior call-ups playing for this team. And he's been in every game, and he's been solid.
He's been very solid player.
40th overall pick, I believe, the other day in the NLL draft. Good for him. Langley's really developing a program at the junior level as well. That pass hit Dawson right in the face. Out to Tutton. He can't pick it up. They have Matisse breaking. It's still loose. still actually on the Langley shot clock, so they're down to 3 seconds. Oh, no, sorry, they did call Lakers possession, so they called the 8-second count. The 30 wasn't reset, so I didn't think they'd...
Yeah, and I think that's what the Laker fans are upset about right now, but you're right, that was the right call.
You could argue Tutton never had possession.
Oh,
he kind of bobbled it. So, either way, I mean, good forechecking by Langley, and here is Ian Lord. Lakers are all about rolling the ball up to the forwards tonight. Hazen down to Evans. Tyler Sevier on him. Tate Katoni, hat trick last night. Holden Katoni, there's his first. He had 5 and 3. As the Katonis had 8 goals last night, and they're starting up again.
Well, I mean, they've got to respect both those fellows with their outside shots. That's for sure. Both of them showed so well in the last couple of games. You're going to see as they pop it up top, and then it's going to come over. And Tate's going to give a stutter step that's going to freeze him up. Turns around and hits his brother just over top of the shoulder. Again, we talk about just how heavy his shot is.
And accurate.
And very accurate.
Yeah, 3-2 Lakers as we are 9:16 into the first period. I'm Steven Stamp with Joe Sullivan. Thanks for being with us. It's a great start to this game. Glad it's tightened up. Scoring's fun, but it's nice to see the people earning it, not just running free in the offensive zone.
Yeah, the first was a little bit...
it was odd.
A little different from what we've seen all series so far.
Evans with the shot, no problem for Chiliano, and then pounces on the rebound. Outlet pass to Dixon coming off the bench. Sweeting on him, but gets the shot off. NG doesn't see it, but it's okay because Robinson is there to pick it up. They got a fresh 30. Going to Moz. Little hip pick by Doby, and then a little seal again. Dawson just kind of grabs him and shoves him off towards the boards. Church watched by Pace on his offside, gets clear and scores. That is just a great shot under check to drift it far side. And I think Vince thought he had it, and it grazed off his shoulder, but got in.
Yeah, and I think when you watch this, he just placed that ball. He didn't fire or rip that ball. He actually just leaned on this defender as he comes around the top, and leans and just keeps leaning, and as the defender pushes him out, he's able to get underneath and just places that ball up in the top corner, stick side.
Yeah. There's no question it was in. Anyone who's wondering, it was definitely in. When it gets out that quickly, sometimes you're not sure. But
yeah, no, that rolled in.
Thornbert thought he had it. Doughty got it. Then Thornbert knocks it loose. Great effort there. And Hogarth gets it back. He is surrounded by black jerseys. Bounces free, and Tutton almost had it. And it will eventually pop out to Gilray. A bit of a Lakers bounce there. As Langley looked in good position on the battle. 17 to shoot for the Lakers after the face-off confrontation. Tony hits Matthews off the bench late. Hogarth trying to get it. Kind of trips over his stick as the ball was down by his feet.
They chopped down hard there. I don't know if that was across his leg or his stick. I don't know, but he's not showing any pain from it.
What a difference when Hogarth came back into the series after missing game 1. Then you had Reza Terrence in game 3. You can see the way their offense functions with them.
Not many teams can put that kind of depth into their lineup in game 2 and 3.
And that's Dixon again, just running across a little sidearm, and somehow he finds spots with that shot.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a surprise one there, I got to be honest. It just looked like a very innocent bounce shot from fairly outside the restraining here. We'll see him come around, and they've got to be so cognizant of where he is, but they get off him a little bit. They try a switch, and he shoots off his outside foot.
And
it's a shooter shot. That's about all I can say there, because the defenseman had him on the run on his heels and still was able to make that go in.
That's tough for a defender. Eric Schul blew up the pick, fought through it, and got out to him, and still.
Eric actually did a great job blowing up the pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Schul, one of those depth guys that you don't necessarily think of when you're thinking of team of guys that make a roster work. But boy, when you can have that kind of depth, he's a good player.
Very,
smart,
very good, yep.
Tough, a little mean, just mean enough.
Just mean enough, yeah.
Vitarelli, sidearm rip by Reza Terrence, and sits there in the crease.
The one thing I like about Schul is, he'll muck it up for you anytime, but he's also smart enough to keep himself out of the box on crucial times.
Yeah. A lesson a lot of players have to learn. You see guys going through that.
Young guys, they learn it fairly quickly. Oh, big
There's
lane.
a drive by Dobie, stopped it, caroms around. Lakers come up with it. One guy I think that played for you with the Timbermen, and that was his springboard to success, was Colton Armstrong, who was a very good young player, then went through the stage of trying to prove he was a tough guy and taking bad penalties, and then learned to be smart, tough, and boy, he has come on, playing for Halifax. And
he's an incredible athlete first,
Yeah.
And a lacrosse player second. I mean, I know that might sound wrong, but he's just conditioned himself so good. He's able to adapt to any style of defense, and he is very dedicated to the game.
Playing for Trent and Kufla. Here's Church from the outside. They go to Robinson, 10 on the shot clock. And he is just blowing guys up out on the field. There's a save, goes straight back to Scanlon. Pace all over him, but he's going to have room to get it started again. And a refresh for Langley. Matisse on Dobie. You can see from here the way that Dobie scans the floor. He's not turning his head all over, just little subtle looks, but you can see it happening.
Yep, you sure can. And he definitely does. That's where he sees the floor incredibly well.
Great vision. Similar to a Sean Evans, who, you don't know how he sees where guys are, but then he'll make a pass. You think, oh, what are you doing holding on to the ball? Well, he's waiting for that third guy to come. And then he'll make the pass to someone that you didn't think could get through. Pass doesn't connect, and it's going to be an illegal pick on Vitarelli.
And I can tell you with Sean, he is a big competitor for sure.
Here's Dixon. Big pop from Tutton. The fans are digging that. They love Curtis Dixon, but they love to see him get flattened. But again, he just works his way through. That combination, right? He's so strong that he can fight off checks, but that agility and quickness to get through there as he just slalomed through the D.
He really did. He split three different defenders there and was able to get to the front of the net.
Dobie gets it, gets a shot off around Lord, and Vince has to stay still because that was about to trickle behind him. Evans driving his shoulder into Slade. And there you see, he just tosses it up top to Catoni and gets a pick from his brother. Rips one far side. Chiliano just got on that one.
Really getting that ball out there.
And it does almost get through to Church. Sweeting just kind of tipped it. I thought he was going to pick it off. Scanlon scores. Chase Scanlon, who's been just a real depth guy for this team, finds that loose bouncing ball and rams it home on the inside just by the post.
Yeah, that's a tougher one again. But as they go down here, they just get that ball from Frankie, and then they use a defender as a screen. Scanlon just does a bounce on the inside post.
Sweeting was so close to picking that one
Yeah,
off. The whole thing's
within a feather, honestly. I mean, could have went either way there. And again, there's the breaks of the game, right? The ebbs and flows.
Thornburg pulls it out, but it goes over to Colin Monroe making his debut. Too many men called on. Is that on Peterborough?
I think it's on Peterborough, but
Langley had 6 on it.
Maybe they're going to go both ways here because there was.
Wow. I've never seen too many on both teams at once. That would have been fun.
Wow.
Looks like Tate Catoni going to serve this penalty.
I think he caught the ball because he played the ball in the change box, and then there wasn't a full complete change at the time.
Yeah. That's where you're fine if you're in the change box as long as you don't play it, like you said.
That's right.
Gilrain, Tutton up top.
Oh, nice shot. Almost
Lakers get the ball back.
They got some big transition here right off the bench. Shawnee Evans just over the shoulder.
This Laker penalty kill is brought to you by Barry McLennan Masonry. That Lakers penalty
Test.
for too many men on the floor to be served by number 31, Tate Catoni.
All right, sorry, folks. My headset went out. I thought I was done. Apparently, it's still working, but I can't hear anything. It's that rip by Robinson off a defender, so it won't be over and back, but the shot clock keeps ticking. And they're down to 7 seconds to get one on net. Dobie with 3. Oh, my goodness. That, a little excuse me bouncer as the shot clock about to expire. And
I guess we know what they can do with only a couple seconds on the clock. We've seen it a couple different times. This one here, for sure, they're going to want back. You're going to see it come down to Dobie on an innocent play. He rolls underneath, uses the defender as a screen, and just does a bounce that I think just rolls up on Vino. Tough opportunity there, real tough. Not one the Lakers want to give up with a little bit of momentum going their way.
Matt Vince just seeming to have a little trouble seeing the ball, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're really shooting through screens. I mean, maybe that's the book. That's what their intention is here, because he is having a tough time picking it up, and I think it's just a matter of time here for him. He's that good of a goalie, obviously. Yeah,
I mean, you wonder at some point if you throw Mike Poulin in just for a couple minutes, just the old switcheroonie, but I don't know that Matt Vince loves that. Some goalies are fine with getting taken out. I think Vince likes to stay and work through it.
I think you'll see Matt come to the halfway to the bench, and he'll talk to his players a little bit. He's very much, like I had said previous games, a student of the game, and he'll talk and teach the whole time.
Dobie just waiting for the rest of the O to get out. Dawson on him all the way out to the boards. Pretty good recovery. Dobie gets the shot, and Vince stops that one. And the outlet pass finds Evans coming off the bench. 2 and then 3 Langley players already out.
Let's make some noise for your offense.
Hogarth looking for it at the top, and he's got it well out by the restraining line. Hands it to Matthews. Swim move. Getting to the net, shoots far side, scores! That is a beautiful Mark Matthews prototypical play.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him try it a couple of times, and I mean, he is so good at that because he can explode with his reach. You're going to see them work it up top. Hogarth will feed it down to Matthews. He's going to get underneath here, and then he explodes off where he didn't have a shot. He just uses his reach to get to that far side. That's a fantastic play by Mark Matthews.
So 6-4, the Lakers pull back within 2. We've seen both teams go on runs, so we know a 3-goal lead in the first period is not enough. But still important for Peterborough to respond early. 3.5 to go here in the first period. Resetterits down to Evans. 4 Lakers within. You can throw a net over them, and then they spread out. Open it up. Hogarth right on top of the crease. Gets it. Reverse whip. Shiliano had to be sharp.
Such a tricky one for a goalie to try and pick up there.
Hogarth knew that was his shot as the ball was coming to him. You could tell.
Yeah, he posted up as soon as he got out there, yeah.
Dixon along the boards, tucking on him. Big pick from Church, and Dutton just kind of hog ties him and gets back out on Dixon. Oh, no goal.
No.
Was that on the outside of the mesh?
He reached behind him. No, I think it actually might have caught the post, and then he was able to reach around behind him and grab
I thought
that.
it was in, honestly, watching
Yeah?
it. But Robinson has stayed out for Langley, but now they're calling him to the bench. They'll get the other defender out. The Lakers will get a 5th forward. 14 on the shot clock. Resetterits and Hazen just blasting picks, and it opens up Holden Catoni for his second. That gives him 7 in the last 4 periods with 2:18 to go here.
And, you know, I think you mentioned it yesterday's game. You know, we talk about his heavy shot, but there he is again working so hard to get inside. He's going to cut right off, find his defender sleeping a little bit, and roll off that pick. And it's in his stick and it's out of his stick just that quickly.
And Austin Hazen, he had those 3 goals in the first game, beautiful shots. The one long bouncer over the shoulders, you think, oh yeah, the shooting. But that, to me, is the essence of his game, is those picks. That's a solid pick. And it's not just hard, it's well placed. Because there was no way for his defender to get around him immediately. 6-5 with 2:11 to play here in the first. Lakers with the face-off win. Sean Evans with another assist. Continues to creep towards the all-time record. Obviously not thinking, ooh, yeah, that's a penalty. Aaron Skyers played such a strong, tough game. That was a bit much. Got the stick up into the face, and Evans is letting him know about it. Matthews rips it. Salama picks it up, and it will be a power play for Peterborough. I would imagine that's a minor. We'll check.
Yeah, that is a tough one to take. I mean, I know he wants to finish his check, and especially against the guy, Shawnee, if he's able to.
Yeah.
But he's got to keep himself to discipline, and that's one thing I had said about them in game 1 and 2. They were so disciplined. You're going to see here, he keeps him in check, gives him a swat. He's got him. and then he just finishes it. Now, I don't know if he hit him that hard, but still, there's a penalty to be called there.
He's definitely up in the face.
Yeah, no, great draw by Sean.
Backwards into the boards.
This Laker power play is brought to you by
No embellishment needed.
Langley
Evans not on the floor as they go strong left. They've got Reziteris and Hogarth are the righties. Reziteris just missed. Katoni hustling to get there, but he won't be able to make it before it goes over center.
16.
Lakers will just let it roll as far down into the corner as possible while they get their D out.
Yeah, smart play by them. Their short man is able to put the ball in net too, so they've got to be so aware of what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, Dobie and Dixon in particular, both so dangerous, but Robinson has a shorthanded goal. He's cutting through double cuts. Now, Dobie's gone through the crease, can't take a pass. It should still be, and they're going to call a legal pick. Gilray breaking up the floor, as is Tutton, and Hope decided he'll just run it over center and let the power play get out. Probably a good call.
Minute left in the first, and there's still over a minute in the penalty, so they're going to get a good another chance here.
Callies and Salama at the top, Sevier and Slade as usual for Langley at the bottom on this penalty kill. 7 for the Lakers to shoot. Matthews up top will rip it, scores! Chiliano got a pretty good piece of that, but not enough to keep it out. And the Lakers have tied it up with 41.6 to go.
Yeah, that's where that discipline comes in, and they'll be talking to him on the bench about taking that penalty. But you see here, they go behind the net. They put Hogarth out front. That pulls that defender over and gives Matthews a perfect lane to take that shot.
You can actually see the jersey of Chiliano rippling back, getting pulled back by that shot, but so much power from Matthews.
Well, the big boys have come to play. All the big scorers are putting it in tonight.
Lakers get possession off the draw. So there's about 9 more seconds on the game clock than the shot clock. So they're not going to wait for the last shot. They do seem like they're going to wait for a while, though, to not leave Langley much time. 12 on the shot clock as Tate Katoni has it. Vittorelli trying to open it up for him. Sorry, Joe, go ahead.
No. They know if Langley gets it, they may call a timeout here to try and get themselves in time.
Now, Peterborough might take a timeout. They do. As Peterborough gets the reset, Vittorelli picks it up and immediately called timeout by the Lakers with 11.4 to go. So what a swing this could be. It was 6-3 for Langley, and Lakers looking to take the lead before the period ends.
Looks like there's some controversy here with the cowbell. Too much cowbell.
You can never have too much cowbell.
Right, well, I wouldn't think so, but Will Farrow didn't think so.
Right.
The Langley staff turning around and looking at our cowbell ringer.
Sean Evans now with 199 points. He has a goal and 2 assists tonight.
He gets them the hard way, too. That's one player that'll go in and get the dirty job done to not only score for himself, but his team, put his teammates in great opportunities. All the hot sticks back out onto the floor.
Yeah. Vince, of course, on the bench now for the extra attacker. Matisse up front.
They're going to have to go to it fairly quickly here.
Yeah, they're down to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Katoni through, and what a great chance for Matisse, but he's turned aside by Chiliano, and we will go to the intermission. Tied up at 6-6. An exciting first period of action. And we would like to remind you can bet on all the Mann Cup games at TrueNorth.bet. That's right, all Mann Cup games are now available at TrueNorth.bet. Register to place your bets on the Langley Peterborough Series. Make sure you don't miss out on any of the action. And Joe, quick summary, it's a high-scoring period with rough defense at first, but even when the defense was playing better, these guys are finding ways to score.
Yeah, I mean, they come out early. It looked like they were fairly loose, maybe just trying to a feeling out process, which you wouldn't think in Game 4 they'd be there, but then as the game progressed, the defenses got stronger, and it was the small things that won it, loose balls and all the battles on the boards. Both teams have come to play, so, and it's very evident. High scoring, 6-6. Face-offs, I've got them just about at a tie, maybe the edge to the Lakers, but all the battles are there. So forced turnovers, every stat you can look at is very, very much even across the board.
We will take a break for about another 9.5 minutes, and we'll be back with Game 4 of the Mann Cup Championship. I'm Stephen Champ with Joe Sullivan. Thanks for being with us. We will see you for period number 2. Dixon with 9 goals, 10 assists for 19 points. Dobie, 8 goals, 10 assists for 18 points. Dobie's looking for the pass, but they go to Connor Robinson in the crease, or on the crease, top of it, for a shorthanded marker.
Yeah, you're going to see they're worried about Dixon, and so they should be. And then Dobie's out high, like for a swing pass. It doesn't come to him, and they kind of fall asleep on Robinson. He just fights underneath, goes out and touches up, and then he's going to cut hard to the net. And that defender's got to pick one or the other. So
we're past the midway point of the first period. Catoni to Matthews to Reza Terrence, just handcuffed him. But Hogarth will get it off the boards. Bouncer up to Catoni. He's got some room. Rips it, scores! That's too much space to give
I wondered when, they had Matthews up top earlier, and when they put Catoni there, that's his thing. That's, again, we talked about wheelhouses. That's his. You give him that much time, and he unloads that heavy shot of his. They work it around, Joey Rez just getting his hands warmed up here a little bit. Hoagie fires it back up top, and then they don't really get out to rush him, so he has time to look and balls and warm up.
Yeah. Langley to the power play for the first time. Church steps in and scores. Robert Church has been relatively quiet, but that is a very Robert Church play.
That's a waste zero time. I almost feel like they might have caught them off guard here a little bit. Start off pretty slow, and it's just 1 feed in, a little stutter, and then he's going to take advantage of what he sees and just goes far
behind the net, but they take the shot. And here come the Lakers breaking out again. Bryce Sweeting. There's Tate Catoni on the run, scores! Tate Catoni, the youngster, is fired up, and that's a beautiful play.
Great transition. You'll see, I believe it was Robert Hope running to get off the floor to make sure Tate Catoni got a good look, get a bit of a head start, and just that little bit of a jump that he gets out the box here gives him time to set himself up for a great shot. 10 or 12 on the shot clock, providing they get this ball back off the reset.
Dobie's going to the net, scores! They're going to have to win a face-off to get the ball back as Dobie.
Or Dane Dobie gets the ball and scores. I mean, honestly.
We've said probably most dangerous guy in bench transition.
I really, if you take a look here, I mean, he still doesn't have any, he's just such a smart ball player. You can see he's not coming out there with any real overspeed. He just plays well off that pick and then finds the far side. They just
holding Catoni.
I mean, they want to get one of their hottest players hot and get the ball to him, and they move it around here to the outside. They try to get Big Frank moving his feet, so they swing it, and then you're going to see the far swing over here, and Frank's got to step over, just opens up enough. Peterborough moving the ball so well on their power play there.
It's picked off by Dawson. It's a 3-on-1. He's got pace. He's got Hogarth. He shoots. He scores. Paul Dawson, what a beauty. Using them as a decoy, and that's a really nice shot by the big defender.
It is, and I don't know how tall he is. I'll say 6'5", 6'6", so he's able to pick this ball off where most guys wouldn't be able to and push it down the floor. The defender kind of leans over to make sure the offensive guys don't get it, but Paul makes no mistake.
Okay, we love you. You're a good player, but we want Hoagie out there with the ball.
Again, play the odds, right?
Robinson, the little sidearm underhand sweep shot into the far post, inside the far post. What a beautiful shot.
Play looks so innocent, but again, he's going full speed, defender on his back, and you're going to see him come up here. The ball's going to go over into the far side of the floor, into the shooter position. And there he comes down in. He just gets a half a step here. Then he finds that seam between the...
Switch it up, Lord gets on him. Some of those two-man defensive games, just so smooth. But Dixon gets through, shoots, it's wide. Chance for Gilray on the run. He's got it, breakaway. Being chased by Robinson, shoots, scores! Gilray sensed the pressure coming, gets the shot early. Beautiful finish in transition. 6-4 with 1:50 to go.
You've seen Gilray do that so many times. If you look, he's just got a stride on him like a running back. He's gone, and when he's gone, you're not catching him, and he has a great shot. Just a great outside shot, no fake, no nothing, just...
He's going to let that one rip and scores! Tate Catoni, again, doesn't look super dangerous, but when you can shoot like that, it's always dangerous.
Well, he's got a hard shot for sure. He's got great foot speed. This one looks a little bit deceiving. He just finds himself, comes out of the corner. You're going to see him pick up this loose ball, do a great job. He realizes there's not a lot of time left, so he's going to dig in, drop his heel, let her go, and I think, Frank just didn't. That's a tough one. The Lakers so badly want to get their offense back out there and keep this momentum going.
Dixon rips it, shorthanded goal. The step back, a laser, just past the thigh.
Yeah, they just work hard, get it low. They pull Matt Vince back in against his post to make sure you got to respect that, and then they pop it back out, and Matt just catches him. Dixon just catches him stepping out. Out, steps around.
I don't know how you defend that. Tutton's
Langley defense again.
Catoni directing traffic, and Hazen almost lost his stick as Cal Slade picked him up. Rezzateritz scores! Pulls it back near side. That is the Joe Rezzateritz. And Aaron Sky is getting riled up and going after Austin Hazen. He's going to the box, and so is Hazen.
I think they'll both go to the box, and again, that's credit to Austin Hazen for all the commotion he creates inside, but just steps around here, and Joe just uses the defender as a screen and rips one like we all know he can.
Now, what do you do?
You know, I don't know. As a coach, I guess you live and die with your best players. This is a tough one for me to watch as, you know, now your defense has got to play 5-on-4.
Oh, backdoor quick stick. Kate Catoni makes his best Corey Vitarelli impression on a gorgeous pass from Evans, his second assist of the night.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, they get a rebound and it goes all the way down the floor, but you turn around and your defense is already playing so tough, so hard to allow a simple back door like that. I mean, it's just tough. You know, it's tough to watch. But I mean, they gotta try.
Evans to Vitarelli. Shot by Rezzateritz off the target. They feed Catoni. Beautiful shot. Catches, spins, and shoots just inside the post. The Lakers up by 6.
The Lakers just found themselves in the penalty box as well after that play.
Welcome back to Cross Friends. We're ready for period 2 of Game 4 of the 2022 Mann Cup. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Sullivan, Thornbert, and Abbott at the dot. 6-6, and we are ready to roll. The sticks are down, being adjusted, being very carefully adjusted. Thornbert pulls it out. Tutton picks it up, and Matisse takes possession. Second period, the lefties will be the first guys off the bench, which means it's the Dovey period for Langley, and Catoni was the first guy off. The Lakers will shift it around a little bit. We've seen both Catonis come off. Matthews will come off the bench. Vitarelli sometimes. There's Matthews. It's in. No, it's not. It's off the crossbar. That was close.
That's as close as you'll ever see. And
Yeah.
hopefully we even get a chance to take a look at that maybe in a little bit. But
I think they got it right because it came out pretty quick.
It did.
It wouldn't
sure
have been
did.
quite that quick off the mesh, but
It'd be hard to call that a goal.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, you could argue it and we could have fun with it, but
that one stopped clearly as Resetarits ripped it and gives Callies a bump. That's going to be an illegal pick as Resetarits hit Callies and then hit another defender, Slade, I think. So then Callies just kind of leveled him. Matthews with the shot, he stopped, and that's another push from behind as Tate Gattoni run over by Slade. And you got to do something there. Don't hate that play.
no, it's the
Even
right
if you
play.
go.
It's just the possession's killing you. You've got
Yeah.
3 resets now.
Matthews to Resetarits. Here's Evans from along the boards. Matthews had to double clutch, comes to Resetarits, scores! And I think the stick-on-stick actually threw Chiliano off a little. Slowed that down, turned it into a bit of a change-up.
I think it did too, and just that little bit of a timing adjustment. I know my old general manager in Minnesota, Marty O'Neill, used to talk about that. Let the shot go. Don't get your sticks up there. It just causes goalies a nightmare, and you see them just clack. Changes direction, takes it just a little bit. Frank wants it back for sure. The D want to get out on top of that, but that's what Joe Resetarits does.
Actually spun the stick, it looked
Yeah.
like it, because Callies wound up holding a stick with the head down by his hand. So the Lakers pull out ahead. Oh, Thornbert takes a couple of solid whacks coming out of there with the ball, but hangs on to it. He's having himself a very solid series. Okay, everyone was excited about the possibility of Jake Withers coming back, but Thornbert's been terrific on the faceoffs for Peterborough and playing good defense. Here's Matthews. You never say no to Jake Withers. He's a great player even if he doesn't take faceoffs. But I don't think you're minding having Jay Thornbert there.
No, he's definitely earned his stripes, and the players all like him. He's a great bench guy, great room guy, and he's getting it done.
Yeah. Evans watched there by Kellner. Another of these young, rising Langley defenders. That ball just kind of drifted over, and now it gets away from Vitarelli.
They caught a break there to get that back.
Yeah. There's Doby off the bench, but there's a bunch of Lakers out already. Bit of a slow developing breakout with the ball kind of rolling around on the floor for a bit. They're down to 18 on the shot clock as Church tries to get under Hope. Pick from Dixon. That's off the foot of Vince. So it will be a fresh 30 if they do get it, and they do. Robinson with it. A little isolation for Doby and Robinson now. Just Robinson. Now Scanlon cuts through the middle looking for the ball. Dixon thinking about a shot. Shovel pass.
Huh.
That was well off the mark.
I don't know what.
Might have been a pass.
Might have just got caught up there a little bit.
Yeah. 6 on the shot clock. Doby rips it. And Matt Vince seems to be seeing the ball and being prepared a bit more.
Yeah, he's stepping out. He looks positioned well there. One thing I'd say is both offenses doing a great job, shagging down those loose balls for resets.
Matthews to the net. Back to Vitarelli. Great defensive play. I think it was Slade that got over and got part of that. After a little aggressive on the run towards Matthews, created a chance. That should be over and back, and it is. Josh Schultz right on top of it. It can be a little tricky with no white line. There is the seam on the carpet, so you can tell, but
which with my eyesight might as well not be there.
right. The ref was right on top of it. There's a rip from the top by Robinson after taking the pass from Kinnear. Kinnear just bouncing in and out. Now Tutton has been de-helmeted.
That's a heck of a rip there to find the inside post. You see them come down here. Just going to work it around a little bit. Draws in the second defender. He's able to put it up as they all sink down, and he gets a little bit of time just to get that shot off. Again, that left leg of Vino.
Tutton and Moz are heading off. I think it's either dead ball contact or roughing. They'll have 2 apiece. Doesn't affect the on-floor manpower.
Tutton's just such a great grinder. I mean, such a great personality out on the floor, whether he's in Georgia or he's here. He's just a real competitor.
Another guy is just a terrific guy, but Boy, he is a mean fella out on the floor.
Just a beast.
Yeah. Loves to hit. Obviously some skill. Langley with the slow change. They're just getting everybody out there now.
Yeah,
down to 14. Dobie runs over. Nobody on him. Vince has to stop that. Bounces straight out to Scanlon. So Monroe is up at the front door. He was out playing some D shifts earlier. We'll see. He's generally been a forward through his career, but definitely have seen him on D tonight. He is staying up at the front door. So look, no, he's heading down now. He just slid down to the other side. Sorry, I'm watching the bench. I'll get back on the play here. Tate Katoni ducks underneath. Nice move, and almost scores. Chiliano just gets enough. Slade jumps out on him. Katoni gets the ball back.
That's Tutton and Moss. 2 minutes each for roughing. Time of the penalties, 3:24.
Vitarelli absorbs a check, gets up and hits somebody immediately. Reset called. No over and back. Katoni races it down.
Well, they got to stay off his back there. They're going to lose.
That's hard when the guy is bent over down on the floor. You can't really hit him, but he's still in charge of the ball there. And they're going to give possession to Langley.
That's a tough call. Tate was working hard there to try and cover that ball, but Langley just outworked him in that one.
Magnuson lost his helmet, went after Sweeting, and now Magnuson is fired up because he's drawing a penalty on Sweeting. It doesn't look like Magnuson will go even though he threw a punch. So that's going to result in a power play for Langley.
Again, not one you want to take in a 7-7 game, but that's the game, right? That's the game.
Looks like Gilray and Hope high. Dawson and Lord low for the penalty kill. Strong left with Robinson at the top for Langley. They go over to Dixon. Got Moss with him. They're going to come Dobie near side. What a strip by Gilray, but Dobie hustles over to get it back. Robinson, hard shot off the back glass. That'll be an over and back. Lakers take possession.
I think when that ball rolled back into a stick, it never really settled right when it came out. It just got away from him.
Yeah.
Lakers pretty deadly on the short man as well, so got to be very leery of putting too much pressure on the wrong player.
Hogarth starting to try and clear out some space for Resiteritz. Now he'll start to go in. 12 on the shot clock. Tony takes it, immediately looking to pass. Sidearm to Hogarth. There's a good spot, but just wide. Oh, that's a penalty to Callies as he got up into Hogarth's chest. Knocked him down. They're going to call it roughing.
Hogarth with a couple words to him on the way by.
Yep. What do you think, Sully? It's a big hit.
Let's take a look. Let's go with the shot.
That's pretty late, I guess.
You know, it's
a solid shoulder check.
I don't know. I would let that go. I mean, it just looked like a good shoulder check. Maybe one stride he took to get to him, but that's just finishing the check. But, you know, the refs see it differently.
Yeah. They're right down there, and here's Hogarth trying to get it. They know what's going on. They're having conversations and telling guys what they're going to be able to do. Face save by Chiliano. That could create a chance here for Enju. He picks it up, goes to the net. Oh, I think he raced that shot a little bit.
Yeah.
Hurried it.
Great opportunity. Great wheels. Great wheels.
The acceleration. He's just gone.
Lots of floor for the boys out there. 4-on-4 for a bit.
38 left on the penalty. We're down to 10 now on the shot clock. Vitarelli, not sure if Chiliano got tied up, but he was slow getting around.
I think Frank got tied up in the turf there. I don't know if we'll be able to see that from the vantage point of him when he tries to go from one side to the other here. They're going to swing it over, and watch when he tries to switch to the far post. He just gets caught up a little bit and stumbles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very unfortunate. It's going to happen, but
again, we've talked about the hands of Corey Vitarelli with the defender all over him. He gets that ball and the awareness that, you know, you don't have to make a perfect shot, just get it off quick because you see Chiliano stumbling. Well, that is veteran Corey Vitarelli.
He was looking at a wide open net too, so he won't get an easier one this series.
8-7, the the 4-on-4 goal.
Century 21 Laker goal scored by number
Callie's
23.
leveled things out, his penalty. So 13-12 left on the Sweeting penalty.
Assist number 88,
Almost identical with the shot clock.
and number
Spin move, Resiteritz. Katoni on his offside. And the Lakers have been going on these runs, and that's what the difference was last night.
Well, we talked about that, and there was 2 different times, in last night's game where the Lakers were able to put 3 in with no response by Langley. You'll see them swing it over. Everybody's got to be leery of Joe Resiteritz. Joe's smart enough, sees that Katoni's got a bit of time, and he's able to rifle it. And again, that's Katoni's wheelhouse right there. You get him squared up on any goalie where he can go left or right, and he's going to make that goalie pay.
Yeah, and you're talking about that last night. You go Katoni, then Resiteritz and Dawson on the power play goals, and then Robinson got one back. Then Gilray starts it with the transition, holding Katoni, take Katoni, and then 1 goal for Langley, and then another 3. They actually had 3 goal runs, and here we're in a situation 4 in a row from Peterborough going Matthews, Katoni, Matthews, Resiteritz. Robinson gets one back, and now 2 in a row for Peterborough. So it's a 6-1 run.
And they're on a power play.
Yeah, 20 seconds left, so if they get this ball back, which they do on the reset, they still got a chance to use it. 15, Matthews looked. Katoni tries a little no-looker. Shiliano was ready for that one, turned it aside. (9-7).
They like doing this with the man behind the net. It turns
There's
everybody's back.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry, go ahead.
Callie's
Steve.
just raced in from the penalty box, but as Matthews took that shot, but it was so far in that he didn't have a chance to break out too much. He did run down and get the shot. The rebound by Dobie stopped by Vince. And Matt Vince has really settled in.
Smart play by Tracy Kluski's offense here. When they put Vitarelli behind the net, that turns all the defenders' heads behind. They don't have the proper timing to see when that man's coming in from the penalty box, and they get an opportunity out of it.
Katoni to Vitarelli, turns and spins, and it almost got past Shiliano. You can see it bounce sideways off of him. We're 8 minutes and 15 seconds into the second period. The Lakers with a 2-goal lead that almost went down to 1. Great pass to the cutting Church, but Vince with the stop. Now too many on Peterborough.
Oh, that might be the break that Langley needs right now to get a little wind back in their sails. Mark Matthews is going to argue his point there for sure to see if he can't change the mind of the referees. And as long as I've been doing this, that typically doesn't happen.
You've never convinced somebody to change a call?
No. Maybe P.J. Johnson over on Wednesday Night Hockey might have done that a couple of times.
I've heard you try a few times.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes from across the floor of the arena.
Well, I'm just never sure if they can hear or not. So.
That's very courteous of you to make sure you're loud enough for them to hear.
Well, we're all getting older.
So the Lakers again, they'll have Gilray and Tutton at the top now, and Lord and Hope down low. Strong right this time.
I've got a quick happy birthday to Melanie Wasson. I'm sure she's either in the stands here tonight or watching at home. 35th birthday? Maybe not.
There's a shot, goes a little wide. It's an over and back. Almost saved. It was saved by Church. That's a heck of a play, but goes to Tutton. Lakers are going to be able to pick this one up.
Oh, that's a tough ball to pick up.
That's a great catch.
It is.
Funny hop,
People take that for granted, but holy mackerel, that's a tough catch to make.
So the Lakers go to the penalty kill.
Oh, ball just rolled out, a play up over the glass. Langley gets another opportunity to go back down.
Lots of time left on the power play, 1:17 to go. Hazen serving this one. It's like the Lakers are doing alternating in home. It's either Hazen or Katoni.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll put a player that can kind of do both things depending.
You don't really get that choice, though, I didn't think. I thought you're supposed to go with the same guy.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
Dixon. Gets the shot off right before the buzzer from a sharp angle. Hope comes away with it. Forecheck is diligent.
Penalty.
Now, penalty coming. And that's some hand management by Josh Hiltz because he had to throw the hand up. The right hand is the penalty hand. The left hand with the whistle is the reset because you don't want your whistle hand up for the penalty. But he had to do a reset. Both hands up for a second, get it back down.
Well, good job on him to be in position to make that call because he was basically in the pick himself almost.
Yeah. And it's going to be holding the stick on Connor Robinson, which will negate the Langley power play. 40 seconds left, and then the Lakers will have a minute 20.
That's a tough one. I can just imagine Langley bench there, the coach staff. I mean, they want that opportunity, and they needed that 40 seconds to continue on. But
so a lot of space out there with the 4-on-4.
Yeah. And we've seen what both these teams can do.
Langley penalty to number 3, Connor Robinson. 2 minutes for holding the stick. That's Robinson. 2 for holding the stick.
Evans fighting through traffic, eventually topples. Salama takes a big swing at him, so Hogarth checks him hard in the back. Wide open, Hogarth stopped. Shiliano. It is getting physical in front of the crease.
It sure is. I mean, refs got their hands full tonight. They're going to have their hands full.
Happens in a Mann Cup. You know, this is 4 games in 5 nights, and it's only going to ramp up. Church. Gets the shot off. It's a little wide. Oh, no, they're saying it did go off of Vince.
I think Vince's hand, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a fresh 30 as Dobie picks that one up. Hazen came out of the box and is down the floor. They're going to play 4-on-4 defensively, and Hazen is open, but Langley's just going to wait.
Yeah.
I know you got to be careful, but if you're going to play the 4-on-4 thing, you might as well go after him a bit, I would think. But then again, it's easy to stay up here when you're not trying to cover Dixon and Dobie and those guys.
Well, Peterborough's quite happy to get the full shot clock here when they go down. Unless Langley's able to come up with the ball, which
that was wide anyway. So
yeah,
30 expires. Magnuson, Callies up high. Slade and Sevier down low on the penalty kill. Usually see Salama out there with good reason. Matthews stepping in, fakes it now up to Katoni. Quick release, that is great ball movement. And they finally get it to the righties, and it's in the back of the net in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you're going to see, like you said, Steve, an incredible ball movement here. Matthews, he's really feeling it. Little dish out, top of the floor, back to him, and then across the floor to Joe, who goes inside post. Just veteran ball players having a little bit of fun out there, honestly, and at the mercy of Langley. The defenders are doing everything they can, but when you get ball movement like that, not much you can do. Great execution by Tracy in his power play.
Langley comes away with the ball. It's 10-7.
Scored on the power play by number 16, Joe Reseteri.
Langley trying to get one back. It's good. Just like that, I was going to say, the Lakers on a 7-1 run. So huge for Langley to get this one back.
What a quick response and timely for Langley. I mean, they didn't want to fall down too far. You see Dobie going to work like he always does, and it just opens up for him. All he needs is that one step, and he goes inside post again and catches Vino.
Again, one of those guys who just can take shots that don't necessarily look like a dangerous scoring chance. He's just so good that they become dangerous in his hands, I guess was the point there.
Well, Langley needed that for sure. Lakers are really ramping it up here. And
they almost had it back as Evans rings it off the post. Goes straight back out to Katoni, and penalty coming now. And Colin Monroe's upset, but he's going to go and get another one if he keeps it up. But he just knocked Hogarth down.
He's frustrated for sure. They're gonna drop into a nickel here and see what they can do. And
bounces out front, grabbed there by Doughty. .7:48 to go here in the second period.
Tough one to take. You bounce back with that response there, and Dobie, pulls them back within a couple, and then you put this high potent team back onto the power play. It's a tough one for sure.
Salama is back out there. Everyone else the same for the penalty kill. Strong left for the Lakers. Again, no Evans on the power play. He does have a goal and 5 assists in this game. Hard rip. from Catoni. Bounces out. Reziteritz tries to just swat it home. Does come out fresh 30 for the Lakers. Thought Matthews might actually just rip that one. Now he'll let it go. That one was blocked out front by Slade.
I think Mark's really having a game here. He looks real smooth, real into the game. And ball's coming out of his stick nice.
Behind the back to him, and there you go. You called it.
Yeah.
When he's feeling it, that's a very John Grant Jr. shot too. The big lefty, the bouncer just find a spot.
I hate to ever make that comparison because I think John's the best that there ever has been in my world. But Mark Matthews is just so smooth, so effortless. He's got the same size and just uses it. Great shot. He just steps in. Again, good ball movement. That keeps Frank, on the balls of his feet, and Mark's able to just catch him stepping out.
And to be fair, I'd never say someone is the next John Grant Jr.
No.
That's too much. There is no other John Grant Jr. Except for Gabby. Gabby's pretty good.
Yeah, I've watched some of their tricks they do at home, and I think Gabby's right there.
Gabby's right there with her grandpa and her dad.
Yeah.
That's a talented family. So the Lakers go up 11-8 with 7 minutes to go here in the second. Nice play by Catoni. Just kick that one ahead or back to Hazen. Lakers with 11 on the shot clock. Evans has it. Almost got that far corner. Hazen will rip one. That one's way off the mark. I think Abbott had something to do with that. Vinarelli tested Chiliano. It's grabbed by Salama. Fun fact about Salama, I got to thank Ryan McMichael for sharing this one. Pointed out that Salama came home from school late one year, played Junior B for Fayez Bardai, the Coquitlam Junior B coach, was the MVP, then got called up, did the Minto, played in the Minto, and was on the All-Star team. He rose.
That's an awful lot of moving on up kind of thing.
He rose quickly. Church couldn't quite make that catch, and they stepped in the crease. Now you can't pass it to him. He's still through the crease, unless they didn't notice. Now he's clear as Connor Robinson has it. Shoots far side, a little wide. 7 on the shot clock as it comes to Dixon. Cutting right on him. Some space for Scanlon. He's going to run out of time. Vince made the save anyway.
Yep.
Your winning 50-50 number tonight is
A little bit of pressure in transition. Yeah, Peterborough gets stuck. They kind of froze him up by holding on that far side of the floor. Langley took the bench away, and they weren't able to move it quick enough.
So the Thunder will try and get one back here. Monroe hustling off to let Scanlon go and join the offense, and he'll take that pass just as he comes into the play. Oh, that's a big hit, and there's going to be a penalty. Moss was running across the middle and got leveled.
Yeah, it almost looked like he kind of ducked when he seen the hit coming. It made it a little bit worse than it maybe even had to be, but you see him, he's going to come across. And there he just ducks down a little bit, takes the hit.
It's actually kind of like the Callies hit. It was a shoulder.
Yeah, it's a tough, you know what, again, the referees are there, they see it.
And it is the same, right? I mean, it was called at the one end, so.
Yeah.
Seems fair. Tutton and Hope up high. Lord and Dawson. It's the Lakers kind of switching up their penalty kills. Dobie with the shot so fast. 4 seconds into the power play. Dobie lets one rip.
We've seen them do that a couple times. They just go right to it.
It's worked.
Yeah.
There's logic to that. I remember asking Derek Keenan about it when I felt like he was the only team in Saskatchewan that was doing that, attacking quickly. He said, you're not supposed to ask me that because it's my secret, but if you go early, you can have 3 opportunities instead of 2 possessions. Evans with the shot.
Well, Derek would know. I mean, he not only was he a great player, but an absolutely fantastic bench boss.
Oh, yeah. Power play getting out there, 16 on the shot clock for Langley. It's a pretty big swat by Hope on Dixon. Knocked the ball loose. No call, so he's all right. Church with the sidearm. That goes off of Hope. No over and back, but the 30 is about to expire. It'll be Lakers possession with 1 minute to go in the penalty. 4:15 to go here in the second period. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Sullivan. Thanks for being with us. And remember, you can go to TrueNorth.bet to bet on all the Mann Cup games. That's right, you heard it right. All the Mann Cup games are available to bet on at TrueNorth.bet. Register now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Glad you're with us from wherever you are in the world. We've got viewers from Mexico and Australia. And here's a chance for Katoni, a little twister stop by Chiliano. Thanks to everyone being on board and watching. Hope you're enjoying it. It's pretty darn good lacrosse here.
It's
in this
fantastic.
Canadian Senior Championship. Dane Doby. Still lots of time on the penalty, more than the shot clock, so they're good. 12 to shoot. Dixon, backdoor attempt and just missing with Kinnear. Lohr trying to get it. They will get a fresh 30. There's a diving attempt by Kinnear. Again back to Langley, but that'll kill the penalty, and Gilray's going to go up the floor.
I'm not sure this technique here. They're so they sit 5-on-4. They're basically tempting Langley to take a shot, hoping that the reset might or the ball might come loose and they pop it down the floor.
Vince made the save. It goes out to Robinson, so Gilray is back and immediately checking up on Robinson. Dixon goes to the net and scores that little, excuse me, sidearm shot. As he sees Lord coming to slide on the check and just drifts it into the far corner. It's a perfect placement.
Well, yeah, I mean, not a lot of crashing and banging going on this one. He just takes a run and sees something that nobody else did and just rolls it right to the post. Kind of goes untouched for the most part, but again, I think everybody thought it was a harmless play. That's one that Langley desperately needed to stay within a couple on this game.
And they almost get the ball. Pace kind of flies over top of Monroe. Ball's still on the floor. The 30's counting, but I don't think anybody's had possession. Now the Lakers, Pace did have it there. Yeah, now the count is on, so the Lakers have to get out in 8 seconds.
They'll have a hard time doing that here.
Yeah, especially with Salama pinning Thornbert. Yeah, that'll be Langley possession. Good forecheck pressure by the Thunder.
1-on-5 with Dane Doby there for a second as the Langley D transitioned off.
So right now we're on an 8-3 Peterborough run, but Langley with the last goal, trying to build on that momentum. Driving to the net, Church with the shot,
Penalty.
Stopped by Vince. Yeah, I think it's a holding call. Seemed fairly obvious as he drove to the net, was hung up. Hard rip by Doby, chicken wing save by Vince.
Well, and he'll get those, right? His efforts going to the net. A lot of times if you're a step behind, you try to get over top of him a little bit. And when they do that, it's going to be an automatic holding. Put a hand on his back, same kind of thing. Great crowd here again tonight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it is. Probably in the 3,300 range. Oh, Doby to the far side, pings it off the post. Ricochets out to Gibson. The penalty came with 1:57 to go in the period. Vince squeezes that between the stick and the leg.
He did just squeeze that in there right. Shawnee's going to bring it around behind where he loves to set up court. This right side of the floor that he's owned for so long.
Passes to Vitarelli, shoots. Kind of handcuffs Chiliano, he did make the save.
He did. I think he was expecting a hard-on shot, and it was ended up bouncer, so it kind of froze him up just a little bit.
Doby, backdoor again. No goal as Vince makes the stop. I thought Kinnear was going to bury that one.
Yeah, it looks like Matt's really settled into his game here again.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's 11-9, but that's a great stop that he just made there going crease to crease.
Down to 38 seconds in the period. Again, a couple seconds more than that on the power play for Langley. They try to hit Hogarth. That was a bit high for him. Comes out and Magnuson's going to call timeout. Langley with 23 seconds to go will take the timeout, set things up again. You get 2 per game. You can use 1 in a period, so you might as well use it here.
Shots 40-39, Lakers.
That's the closest it's been. Lakers have shot Langley every game. And you're not going to pull the goalie here, obviously, on the power play.
No.
Little update, Sean Evans, who came in again. Oh, 3,324 is the attendance. Sean Evans, a goal and 4 assists tonight, gives him 201 points career in the Mann Cup. That's 2 behind John Tavares. It could happen tonight.
Yeah, he's having himself a heck of a career.
Yeah,
right from minor lacrosse, winning provincials to minnow cups to Mann Cups to Champions Cups. I mean, he's done it all. He's got himself a great program with Nationwide. He's done a lot for the sport of lacrosse in the city of Peterborough. In fact, the Evans family has done a lot for the sport of lacrosse.
Robinson will start with the ball. 23 seconds. They don't have to wait. Again, with the goalie out, they can shoot whenever they want, but they do look like they're going to take their time. $10 on the clock. Dobie to Dixon. Scores! Beautiful shot. Perfect pass from Dobie right at the ear. And Dixon just places that one far top corner.
Yeah, you'll see the Peterborough defense decides to kind of jump the play here, which is effective. You see him jump out here and try to contain Dobie. Then he gets pushed off, comes into that two-man game up top, and you give it to Dixon or you go to Dobie. Either way, you're in tough. So they go to Dobie, Dixon gets the shot, and there you go.
So 5.5 seconds to go. Lakers will get it. And Sweeting, rough ride over into the Langley bench.
He won't like that one bit.
No. Some pushing and shoving. He's just going to fight his way out of there. The refs will jump in, send everyone to their respective locker rooms. And with 20 minutes of regulation time to go, the score is Peterborough 11, Langley 10. Some exciting Mann Cup lacrosse action here. Once again, thank you to TrueNorth.bet for sponsoring the Mann Cup. And Sully, what do you see in period number 3 here tonight?
Well, I mean, we kind of talked about it earlier. I mean, it's all that small stuff that's happening. The one thing I've seen is obviously the Lakers, or I shouldn't say obviously, but they jumped way ahead in the face-off. So those small battles that, got them a heck of a run halfway through the second, where they just took off. And Langley stayed with them and plugged away, and I give them full credit. All that can happen now is Langley's big players got to come out and do what they can do, and they got to try and shut down, the Lakers. The Lakers will continue to do what they do and dominate the ball.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes, here at Game 4 of the 2022 Mann Cup. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you then. Dixon with 9 goals, 10 assists for 19 points. Dobie, 8 goals, 10 assists for 18 points. Dobie's looking for the pass, but they go to Connor Robinson in the crease, or on the crease, top of it, for a shorthanded marker.
Yeah, you're going to see they're worried about Dixon, and so they should be. And then Dobie's out high, like for a swing pass. It doesn't come to him, and they kind of fall asleep on Robinson. He just fights underneath, goes out and touches up, and then he's going to cut hard to the net. And that defender's got to pick one or the other. So
we're past the midway point of the first period. Catoni to Matthews to Rezzaterrence, just handcuffed him, but Hogarth will get it off the boards. Bouncer up to Catoni. He's got some room. Rips it, scores! That's too much space.
I wondered when, they had Matthews up top earlier, and when they put Catoni there, that's his thing. That's, again, we talked about wheelhouses. That's his. You give him that much time, and he unloads that heavy shot of his. They work it around, Joey Rez just getting his hands warmed up here a little bit. Hoagie fires it back up top, and then they don't really get out to rush him, so he has time to look and falls and warm up.
Yeah. Langley to the power play for the first time. Church steps in and scores. Robert Church has been relatively quiet, but that is a very Robert Church play.
That's a waste zero time. I almost feel like they might have caught them off guard here a little bit. Start off pretty slow, and it's just 1 feed in, a little stutter, and then he's going to take advantage of what he sees and just goes far
behind the net, but they take the shot. And here come the Lakers breaking out again. Bryce Sweeting. There's Tate Catoni on the run, scores! Tate Catoni, the youngster, is fired up, and that's a beautiful play.
Great transition. You'll see, I believe it was Robert Hope running to get off the floor to make sure Tate Catoni got a good look, get a bit of a head start, and just that little bit of a jump that he gets out the box here gives him time to set himself up for a great shot. 10 or 12 on the shot clock, providing they get this ball back off the reset.
Dobie's going to the net, scores! They're going to have to win a face-off to get the ball back as Dobie.
Or Dane Dobie gets the ball and scores. I mean, honestly.
We've said probably most dangerous guy in bench transition.
I really, if you take a look here, I mean, he still doesn't have any, he's just such a smart ball player. You can see he's not coming out there with any real overspeed. He just plays well off that pick and then finds the far side. He just...
Holden Catoni hustles to get that one and then drops it, but picks it up before Abbott can get to it. They've only got 5 on the shot clock. Tries to hit Matthews. Oh my goodness! The pass becomes a shot.
Yeah, well, they'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch that one again. I mean, that's just, I mean, Lakers worked hard to get the reset, and all the small battles are going to lead to bigger things. So here you see the reset, kind of stumbles with it, but is able to pick it up. And, you know, they say put anything on net.
Did Matthews touch it? Stepping in. Sevier and Slade down low as they have been tending to go. Lakers back to the strong left. Here's Matthews. Hit Rezzateris. He scores! There's one for Joey Rez. And the Lakers pull ahead with the power play goal. That's a good sign for Peterborough.
It sure is. I mean, they want to get one of their hottest players hot and get the ball to him. And they move it around here to the outside. They try to get Big Frank moving his feet, so they swing it, and then you're going to see the far swing over here, and Frank's got to step over. Just opens up enough. Peterborough moving the ball so well on their power play there.
It's picked off by Dawson. It's a 3-on-1. He's got pace. He's got Hogarth. He shoots. He scores. Paul Dawson, what a beauty. Using them as a decoy, and that's a really nice shot by the big defender.
It is, and I don't know how tall he is. I'll say 6'5", 6'6", so he's able to pick this ball off where most guys wouldn't be able to and push it down the floor. The defender kind of leans over to make sure the offensive guys don't get it, but Paul makes no mistake.
Okay, we love you. You're a good player, but we want Hoagie out there with the ball.
Again, play the odds, right?
Robinson, the little sidearm underhand sweep shot into the far post, inside the far post. What a beautiful shot.
Play looks it looks so innocent, you know, but again, he's going full speed, defender on his back, and you're going to see him come up here. The ball's going to go over into the far side of the floor, into the shooter position. And there he comes down in. He just gets a half a step here. Then he finds that seam between the...
Switch it up, Lord gets on him. Some of those two-man defensive games just so smooth, but Dixon gets through, shoots, it's wide. Chance for Gilray on the run. He's got it, breakaway. Being chased by Robinson, shoots, scores! Gilray sensed the pressure coming, gets the shot early. Beautiful finish in transition. 6-4 with 1:50 to go.
You've seen Gilray do that so many times. If you look, he's just got a stride on him like a running back. He's gone, and when he's gone, you're not catching him, and he has a great shot. Just a great outside shot, no fake, no nothing, just...
He's going to let that one rip and scores! Tate Catoni, again, doesn't look super dangerous, but when you can shoot like that, it's always dangerous.
Well, he's got a hard shot for sure. He's got great foot speed. This one looks a little bit deceiving. He just finds himself, comes out of the corner. You're going to see him pick up this loose ball, do a great job. He realizes there's not a lot of time left, so he's going to dig in, drop his heel, let her go, and I think, Frank just didn't. That's a tough one. The Lakers so badly want to get their offense back out there and keep this momentum going.
Dixon rips it, shorthanded goal. The step back, a laser, just past the thigh.
Yeah, they just work hard, get it low. They pull Matt Vince back in against his post to make sure you got to respect that, and then they pop it back out, and Matt just catches him. Dixon just catches him stepping out. Out, steps around.
I don't know how you defend that. Tutton's
Langley defense again.
Catoni directing traffic, and Hazen almost lost his stick as Cal Slade picked him up. Rezzateris scores! Pulls it back near side. That is the Joe Rezzateris. And Aaron Sky is getting riled up and going after Austin Hazen. He's going to the box, and so is Hazen.
I think they'll both go to the box, and again, that's credit to Austin Hazen for all the commotion he creates inside, but just steps around here, and Joe just uses the defender as a screen and rips one like we all know he can.
Now, what do?
I don't know. As a coach, I guess you live and die with your best players. This is a tough one for me to watch as, now your defense has got to play 5-on-4.
Oh, backdoor quick stick. Tate Catoni makes his best Corey Vitarelli impression on a gorgeous pass from Evans, his second assist of the night.
Yeah, it's... they get a rebound and it goes all the way down the floor, but you turn around and your defense is already playing so tough, so hard to allow a simple back door like that. I mean, it's just tough. You know, it's tough to watch. But I mean, they gotta try.
Evans to Vitarelli. Shot by Rezzaterra, it's off the target. They feed Catoni. Beautiful shot. Catches, spins, and shoots just inside the post. The Lakers up by 6.
The Lakers just found themselves in the penalty box as well after that play. It's a tough one, but you'll see just, again, we talk about, you know, what an outside game he's got. Then you're going to watch him work himself in, works underneath the defender. And again,
oh, that is a beautiful power play. They wait for a while, but it was definitely in.
I think that even tricked the referees there. They were trying to figure out where the ball went, but it was right behind Mr. Vince.
Just immediate attack and beautiful passing by the Thunder.
And we've actually seen that quite a bit on the Langley power play. They go right to it. They don't sit back and wait. And obviously not a lot of time left for them to climb back into this, but good ball movement. And when you go to crease, the goalie's really at the mercy there to be able to get across.
Catoni with all kinds of pressure on Doby, strips it, and he'll put it into the empty net. Empty-ish as Chiliano was starting to go to the bench. And that'll just about do it. 1:39 to go, a 12-6 game.
Great pressure, you know, just some good old hard work luck that, you know, the ball spits back out for Holden. Nice to see him get rewarded for a goal. I don't imagine, in all honesty, I don't imagine the Langley bench is going to like the celebration after, but that's the game.
And we want to thank TrueNorth.bet, going bet on all the Mann Cup games. We'll be interested to see how the lines change and how people are betting after the Lakers get one back.
It's true,
and to Locker Hooks and Tom Balesi, thanks so much. And hey, he's the head coach at Laurier. Kufla is underway. Go check out kufla.ca. A little plug there. And I love the work Tom does with Locker Hooks and with Laurier. And welcome back to Cross Friends. Here we go. Period number 3 of game number 4. It's 11-10 Lakers. We're 5-on-5. Matt Vince is the last guy out. He will head to the boards and point up to the sky. That's in honor of his dad. It's always a very touching move that he makes every time he comes out. And he's in between the pipes. Chiliano at the other end as we are underway. Matisse with the ball. Big wrap check attempted there by Doughty. Matisse still has it. He'll shovel it off to Catoni. Lakers spreading things out now. A couple cutters. They're trying to go to Hogarth on the back door. Doesn't quite connect. And it's grabbed there. And Doughty taken off. Gets it ahead. Nice job up to Abbott. Clear center, looks behind him, and we'll just wait until Robinson comes to take the pass.
Again, you and I mentioned it earlier, game 1 and 2. We noticed Langley, great transition, but they don't go to the net with it typically. You know, they pull it out and they really let their offense go to work.
Dixon trying to get away from Tutton. Gets a pick, and Hope is right on him. They've got 6 to shoot. Robinson, that one's high, didn't touch Vince. He only tried to go up. Penalty coming now. I think it's going to be Thornburg who's assiduously avoiding. No, it's going to be Hope.
I think it might be a little bit of the same thing we've seen before. Again, perfect opportunity for Langley to pull themselves back within this thing here. So you're going to, yeah. Well, that's a good look at it for sure.
Yep. You can see he's on the back. And
yep. Right call. As you start to follow the ball, you don't watch the play.
Yeah. Here's Doby to Dixon. That one's a little high for Kinnear. It comes to actually away from Vince, and a break as it comes all the way to Langley to Church. And Sweeting just tipped that away from Kinnear, who was in a dangerous spot. Here's Evans off the bench. Pulls it out. Looked like he was thinking about the shot. They'll go back into penalty kill mode. Dobie has stayed up the floor, so Lord stayed with him now. They're going to head to their benches. 15 on the shot clock for Peterborough. Minute 22 on the penalty. The cutting Tate Katoni gets tripped up. Ball pops loose, and Langley comes back the other way. Handed off from Callies.
It's a dangerous looking fall there. It looked like he caught knees, but
yeah. Robinson runs through the middle and takes about 3 whacks, solid ones on the way. Here's Dixon. Dobie with the quick release. Stopped by Vince, fresh 30 as Robinson grabs it. Still lots of time on the penalty. Underhand pass. Dixon dropped his stick. They tried to go to Church.
Oh.
He lost it, then missed it and lost his stick. And Church, they're setting some hard picks.
Oh,
and he gets hit by Dixon. Lord out on him. Backdoor. Dobie across to the far side. Scanlon double clutched and Vince was there. He missed. They're down to 4 to shoot. Robinson's got a lane saved by Vince, but straight back out to Robinson. 19 on the penalty. They can still take some time to attack. Lord with a huge swat. Another fresh 30. As it'll roll to Dixon, but only 7 on the penalty now.
Langley taking some awful shots here as far as on the body.
Yeah. As Church scores. Great ball movement of Robert Church, who almost have forgotten Mann and Langley because of everything that Dobie and Dixon have been doing, but she's a good one, and that's another beauty shot.
Absolutely. Clutch player. You're going to see them move it in. Just as he comes into the play, you'll see they just get the ball moving around again, and as they sunk in there to make sure they can't go crease to crease, it leaves him, sitting right in that shooter position with a great shot.
Matt Abbott went before the whistle could even be blown for that faceoff. So the Lakers, after being tied up 3-3 or 11-11 with 3 minutes gone in the third period, have possession. There's the Terrence spinning, juking. Hogarth through the middle. It's knocked over by Slade. Terrence falling, gets a shot off. Comes out to Vitarelli, but nice job by Monroe to... actually a penalty coming. Tripping call.
Scored by number 23, Robert Church.
It's going to be Salama going to the box.
And number 11, Reese Cowens.
Okay.
Church from Dobie and Cowens. Time to goal, 3:02.
Well, here they go, back again. Give Peterborough that opportunity. You just tie it up. You work so hard. We'll see who takes advantage of this opportunity.
So Salama in the box and puts Sky up at the top of the penalty kill with Callies. Sevier and Slade once again down low. Katoni. Matthews. Vitarelli, nice stop. Comes out to Matthews, though, fresh 30 for the Lakers.
This Laker power play is brought to you by
Matthews feeling tonight. He's going to hand it off to Katoni. Katoni's going to have to try and track that one down. That'll get up over center.
That's Salama. 2 minutes for tripping.
Katoni makes sure there's a defender coming, then he peels out.
Very aware.
The kill set up.
Game awareness there by Katoni to make sure there was a defender to relieve him.
Dixon lobs it across the whole formation to Dobie. Vince was ready for that shot, though. Interesting pass. You could see Dobie calling for it, and there was no lane through the pass, this defenders. Dixon just goes over top of it.
Yeah, they get that ball away from the bench so they can make transition off. Dobie lobs one in. You never know, right? Any shot can be a goal.
Tony to Reza Terrence. Stopped by Chiliano and covers up the rebound.
Moves the ball very well, Frank does.
Yeah. It's definitely an art form, passing with those big wooden sticks. I remember stepping in to play net in my old guys league one night and filling in for Ernie Element. And I was like, I'm going to have fun throwing passes. Here's a cut to the net. Dixon. Nice save, Vince. Thornburg grabs it. He's drilled by Robinson, but Sweeting grabs it. I thought it was going to be such a blast throwing. I couldn't throw the ball.
No.
Especially I was lucky if I didn't drop it into the net.
The old Woodies, you had guys that could master that. Poo Preston and Craig Milligan were great at it. Sometimes Craig would throw it out as defense, but The stick, I mean.
Evans comes out, hits Matthews, sidesteps. Resetarits missed it. Evans and Magnuson go for it, but Chiliano getting the stick out there on it. The penalty's over. We are back to even strength. And we're even in the game with 5.5 gone in the third. It's 11-11.
Oh. Langley bench looking for a high stick there that caught up under the chin of Dixon.
Outlet pass to Matisse. Slade quick off the bench. Lakers have a 3-man rush. Evans shoots at another stop. Chiliano was really settled down after giving up a bunch of goals. The Lakers got some great shots, took advantage.
And that's what the best goalies do, right? They step up and they give their team a chance to win here and let their offense pick away. Their defense gets their feet underneath them.
Scanlon back and forth. They move to the far side. Doby trying to get underneath. Gilray jumps on him. Good footwork by Gilray and Schul. Ball pops loose. Chutton decides to just take the man. There's just a few seconds left. And Schul just kind of tapping into the corner and let the 30 expire.
Yeah, smart play, just mucking around.
Eric Schul, one of those Peterborough guys who came up through the program and had to battle for years to earn his spot regularly on this defense. But again, a guy who just contributes so much.
He's just such a hard worker.
That's an illegal pick.
Had him in the with the Peterborough Timbermen, and he just didn't stop working.
Here's Dixon. The Lakers fans want a call. That's a save just barely. Dixon almost got that little reach around shot in. Comes back to him. He hits Church. That's dangerous. Another save by Vince, who's also really settled down after his early issues.
Goalies are they're really stepping up here in the third.
Lakers with it. 7 minutes into the third. Vitarelli backpedals and over to Hogarth. Evans around the top. Didn't quite connect with Vitarelli. Callie's right on top of him. Gotta be careful there as you're hitting the guy on the floor, and Vitarelli just traps the stick between his knees and pulls it down. Callie's had to wait for him to get up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peterborough has the most passionate lacrosse.
Dixon's shot goes off at Gilray up into play. That'll be a fresh 30 for Langley.
The loudest pro will win ticket vouchers courtesy of the Peterborough Petes. And if you scan the QR code on the video board right now, you can win a
Robinson's hard rip was a little off target. They got 18 to shoot still. Doby with Thorburn on him, all over him, whacking away. Big pick from Church. That ball bounces right out to Lord off the
post. Yeah.
Here's Gilray. Scored a big one last night. Tonight, he just misses his chance. Oh, he's disappointed. He can't bury him all, but
he's very good at that. He's a great transition shooter. Big stride, big hard runner.
Big guy covers so much ground. Oh, feed through, and there's another save. Was that post as well?
It looked like it was post. From this angle, it's tough to see. Could have been his leg.
They hit Resetarits coming off the bench, but they had to hold him up while the defender was running in. You want to avoid that too many that we've seen will get called. So no transition chance. Tate Catoni on the offside early in the shot clock. Comes back for a fresh 30. Holden Catoni. Gets to Tate. He'll rip it just wide. Comes out, snagged there by Magnuson. He's got Dixon off the bench, and Lord runs straight to Dixon. Lets the next guy pick up Magnuson. Church takes a bit of a stick to the face.
Oh.
The pass gets away.
Great effort by both teams here. Can't say enough. The transition, the defense getting back, facing up against some of the best offensive players you'll see.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Church over to Connor Robinson. That one was blocked out front, and the time will expire. Lakers get it back. 10.5 to go in the third.
Both teams pushing hard again here, Stephen. Offense, defense, goalie staying up.
Game 4 is so critical. I always feel like it's the most important game in a series unless it's a 3-0 lead. And Hogarth gives the Lakers the lead in Game 4. Beautiful little pick and roll play with Evans and Hogarth. And Hogarth buries it.
Yeah, Evans does what he does. He gets down low, Sets up camp, and he's baiting the Langley defender. He comes under, he's going to pop back out, and then just dishes underneath. And again, Hogarth's money is all right out front of the net like that. You give him that time, he just hangs onto that ball so well.
Again, that's not bad defense. I mean,
no,
you got to stick right on top of Hogarth. He just reaches out and tucks it home in the corner. He's so accurate from in tight. How many is that for Hogarth tonight?
Hogarth?
Double?
Yeah.
12-11 as we approach the midpoint of this third period. And that's 202 career Mann Cup points for Sean Evans. He's one behind John Tavares. And John Tavares is in the building, but not that one. It's the younger one, I believe. I think that's what they were saying. They showed him up on the screen. We can't see the screen. But Matty Buller made an announcement.
Toronto Maple Leaf.
Yeah.
John Tavares.
Not the Buffalo Bandit. Tavares, of course, spent some time here. Won some Mann Cups with Peterborough, adding to his record haul. Dixon tries to get underneath. Lord, good recovery. Two-man game with Schul, well defended. Dobie, big pick, that's too much.
Yeah, refs are going to keep him in check here. Let him play, but play hard.
Yeah, they have been calling the picks all night. That's when you get to that level. Tate Catoni. Reservoirs has some room, but he's well out. Vidarelli, far side, just saved by Chiliano. Goes straight to Enju.
You know, just that save alone, it doesn't seem like much, but that's through a crowd, a great shot, far side. Very good goaltending.
From a guy in Vidarelli who's shown he can put the ball in.
Absolutely. He puts that where he wants it.
Dixon on the run. That one's off of Vince. That was close as well. Scanlon picked up the loose ball as it ricocheted off the boards. Ooh, Tutton gets his stick right up under the chin of Moss. $11-10 on the shot clock. Dobie driving in the net. That's a great play by Gilray to get on the arm and stick.
See Dobie looking for the referees. A little jersey pull there.
You'd be hard pressed to call that one.
I think so, yeah. But you know, you got to try.
Yeah. Matthews getting a pick from Catoni. Salama lost his stick. Almost went to pick it up. Realized he had Catoni ready to shoot. Now he'll get it back and say, hey, he took my stick. That's pretty fair point. Lord way out to the boards with Church. Will retreat to the safety of the house after the ball kicks to the far side. Here's Scanlon. Matisse watching him. Gets a shot off and it goes straight to Church on the rebound. 7.5 left in the third. 1 goal lead Lakers. Oh, Church changed the angle. Looked like he was going low. Vince went for the low shot. Church was able to get it high, but just missed. Scanlon hanging on to it, loses it, and Ward gets the ball. They're going to have Rezaterich coming off the bench. They've got Matisse trailing. He takes the pass. Great job by Doughty to get out there. But Tate Catoni with a shot. Another chance. Scores! Tate Catoni follows his shot and finds a spot to extend the lead to 2 goals with 7:06 to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's some persistence there for sure. I mean, Lakers move the ball well. Langley seems to pick everybody up and shut it down. He gets this late shot and then follows himself right up and goes hard to the net.
And a bit of a break for the Lakers as Ian Lord reached for the ball. It was just past his stick. That would have taken away the chance for Catoni.
Yeah, he's a heck of a hard worker, that's for sure. Heck of a hard worker, and that paid off for him right there.
Tate played for you with the Timbermen too, right?
He did not.
He did not.
He did. He was with Oshawa.
Oshawa, that's it. I remember seeing him play in the Arena Lacrosse League. Great breeding ground for
it sure has been.
Players. There's Pace on the run. Oh, he's stripped. He was a little nonchalant. Salama just took it away. Pace was looking to his left the whole time. Salama came to his right and stripped it. It's a big play. 6:36 to go.
Yeah, they're going to need those little battles now. That's for sure. Langley's got to pull something out, get some momentum going their way. And there's a guy that can do it, Dane Dobie.
Flips it up. I think his stick got hit and it kind of went awry. Robinson tracks it down. They got 5 to shoot. Vince never moved on that one, but it was just wide from Dixon. That was they're calling the reset. I thought it was after the 30, but the clock went to 0 and then the buzzer goes, and that was enough of a difference. But the Lakers get it anyway. Hogarth to Evans. Tony, big bump from Callies. They got 6 to shoot. 3, 2. They get it behind the back attempt. Hazen's a little off. The 30 expires.
We've got people tuned in to watch from everywhere. We got Lisa Davis in Winnipeg right now in her room at a Holiday Inn.
Really?
Yeah.
Not know she was in Winnipeg. I was in Winnipeg a little while ago. There's a shot from Church calling the World Juniors.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect tournament. Austin Hazen, one of the many alum of that tournament. He was really good there. Him and Seth Van Scheppen together in their Brampton Junior A days. Oh, hard shot from Church, but right into the belly pad. And Matisse picks up the loose ball. 5:12 to go. Rezateris is going to slow it down. Situation with 2 goals up, 5 minutes to play. You obviously don't want to retract the clause, but just be smart about using the time. And the Lakers are into the last 10 of this shot clock.
Yeah, they'll want to keep the ball hot, keep it swinging around, and see if they can't catch Frank, but they want to make sure all their players get off the floor. You can see right there they take a shot from way out. Everybody is on the floor. They've got 4 defenders on the floor already, and the ball's not even at quarter.
Salama runs it up. 4.5 to go. 2-goal lead for the Lakers as they look to tie this one up. We do have Game 5 tomorrow night, 8 p.m. You can watch it live and free once again on the MSL YouTube channel. Scanlon. Almost handcuffed. And that's going to be a loose ball push as they flatten Maz fighting for the loose ball. So a fresh 30 with 4:15 to go for Langley. Maz is fighting through there. He's gone through the crease, can't take a pass. They don't go to him, they go to Toby, who stepped in the crease as well and then picked it up. Lakers possession. 4:04 left.
He's got bursts of speed. You don't see it all the time, but when Dobie decides to go, he's got some speed.
He's looking good too, just looking really fit.
Yeah, he really is.
Solid. Like he's had, some injury issues over the years. He takes a pounding inside, playing that, robust inside game that he plays. Kutoni, not sure whether that was for Hazen or Evans. It winds up with Evans. He gets himself loose, dives.
Oh, that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, goes into the goalie.
Yeah.
Took a bit of a push, so there's no call either way. Rod Jensen well remembers back in 2012 that one of the turning points he feels in that series was Scotty Evans heading into the goalie. A little more directly and a little more forcefully than that last one. Shovel pass out to Church, steps around the top, off the arm of Vince. It's a fresh 30, but it's Schul that gets it. Ahead to Thornburg, he goes to the bench and Reza Terrence has it. Salama off the bench, the trailer's Matisse. Scores! Great fakes by Kyle Matisse, and that is a crippling goal for Langley. Huge one for the Lakers.
Yeah, really, that's just a smart heads-up play. Great wheels by Salama to get back and try to split too, but give Matisse that kind of time, and you got to remember Frank's got to be very cognizant of Joe Rezateris on the right crease, standing there just waiting. So pretty tough to slow down this Laker momentum with this crowd and where they're playing right now.
And you can see Matisse just looking at Rezateris to make it clear he's ready to pass as necessary. Hope races onto that loose ball, and again, the face-off battle comes into play. Here's Gilray. He bangs one off the post. It comes out to Hogarth, fresh 30. And a 2-man men penalty to Peterborough. They had a little confusion on the bench with the change.
Yeah, you can see a lot of frustration on the bench over there.
Yeah, I think most of the frustration in the 2-man men tonight has been with the refs, but on that one, it seemed internal.
Yeah. So Austin Hazen will go and find his seat.
As the Lakers continue to play musical in-home.
Look for Langley to go quick. That's what we've seen the last few power plays they've had. They've gone very, very quickly.
Except that Chiliano's still making his way back to the net.
Well,
I think you might want to wait for that. Here's a chance. Doby. Reverse whip. That's a beautiful goal.
It's funny you say that because I know Dixon was upset with the referee for blowing it in because their goalie wasn't even off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't think this was one that was drawn up. This is, sheer creativity. You're going to see Dixon feed it over. Doby comes. He's got nothing there. The slide comes, and then just a backhand. Underhand, backhand, scoop, whatever you call it. That's a road hockey move from Braidwood right there. That's just a great shot. Very creative.
So smart to use the check from Tutton. Allow that. It kind of pushed him in that direction. Just use it and use the angle.
Yeah, you're right.
Langley back within 2 goals. There's 2:22 to go here in the third period. Sweeting races into the offensive zone, pulls up and gets it with great poise over to Matisse.
Langley goal scored on the power play by number 44, Dane Doty. Assist to number
Tony in the corner.
Dixon. And
The
number
cutter,
3,
Hogarth. It's dangerous. One-hand attempt.
that's Doty.
Excellent attempt, but Chiliano was right there. And Hogarth will get the ball back after it popped away from Evans under a check from Slade.
There's nothing more frustrating right now than the Langley defense they so badly want that ball back to give their offense an opportunity. Peterborough's not going to give that up.
15 on the shot clock, 1:42 now in the game. So when Langley gets it back, you got to assume Chiliano's coming to the bench. Evans, there's a big save. Oh, and another 30 as Matthews just snipes in and grabs it. Hands it off to Katoni. Monroe started coming to the bench and they're just like, get back and play D. 15 on the shot clock, 1:15 in the third period.
They're telling Monroe to get out and shut off so that guy can't be an option, but he's a little late reacting to it.
Matthews trying to pick that one up. He's not going to be able to get it, and the 30 will expire.
Last minute to play.
And Frankie Chiliano looks like Christian Del Bianco racing to the bench before his defenders. Maybe not as quick as Delbs. CDB's pretty quick on his feet. 6 attackers, 47 seconds to go. 2-goal Lakers lead. Pass to the middle didn't connect. Robertson's stick was kind of being held up. It's almost grabbed by Hope. It's still loose. I would think if the Lakers can get it, they might call timeout. That's withholding as Hope's on top of the ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it, but I think it's a good call. Dixon with it. He'll rip it. Save. Vince grabs it.
Look for them to clamp down here so that Lakers have no one to throw to.
Vince will hit the bounce pass to Evans. He could tie the record with an empty net goal or an empty net assist. Chad Tutton buries it. Unselfish play by Evans. And that will be the dagger. It's 15-12. Lakers are going to force at least 6 games in this series.
Yeah, you'll see the Langley. Doby wasn't able to get up far enough to take away that bench distance. Shawnee Evans just makes the smart play, moves it up to Tutton and buries it. Well, folks, looks like we're going to be all tied up 2-2.
And speaking of tied up, as I was saying, just in case it wasn't clear, Sean Evans has just tied the all-time Mann Cup points record with 203
I think we're going to hear the announcement.
Sean Evans has just tied
go.
John Tavares all-time Mann Cup score title.
They blow play in while the standing ovation is coming for Evans. Loose ball push. Langley will get the ball, but with 10 seconds left, it's not going to be enough time. They haven't actually put that last goal up. Oh, the shot by hits Sweeting. So Sweeting cross-checks Dixon in the chest. They have words for each other.
Assistant number 88, Sean Evans.
Sweeting's going to the box. Dixon maybe as well. No, it's just going to be Sweeting.
1941.
Roughing. Doesn't mean much right now with 4.1 seconds to go. So tomorrow night we will have Game 5 at 8 p.m. You can watch it live and free on the Major Series Lacrosse YouTube channel once again. And then Friday night we'll have Game 6. And somebody's going to be trying to clinch a Mann Cup at that point.
Absolutely.
It's pretty lively here. Church and Hope getting after it. That'll do it. Oh, Robinson gets knocked over by Lord, and while he's on the ground, swings his stick at Lord's legs. Lord didn't like that.
A lot of frustration. You're going to have that. 2-2 series, so much at stake. You got to expect that.
And now the Langley coming out to back up Curtis Dixon. This is where you hope that the officials doing a good job so far controlling everyone, but there are some conversations everywhere. Dawson is actually indicating what happened. And I think he's saying, you want to go? You can't fight now because you get tossed out, right?
He would now, especially at the end of the game, yeah. He's smart enough to know that. He's just making a case.
Words everywhere. Dixon's over in the middle of it. As he's in the middle of so much for this team, he's been central. What a game. I mean, this is not taken away from a great lacrosse game. The Lakers playing outstanding lacrosse. A huge moment for Sean Evans, who salutes the crowd, but a gritty effort to keep coming back by Langley. We're going to have the Player of the Game awards pretty soon. It'll just be a moment as the teams will go to their respective lines.
The Lakers just kept coming back. I mean, they've been down 2. Now Langley has that same feeling. It's all about how they react now. How can they bounce back? What are they going to talk about? How do they get ready for the game tomorrow night? It's going to be absolutely pivotal.
Robinson is at center, the captain, having words still. He is fired up. And I mean, he took a pretty tough shot, but he also slashed Lord right in the leg. So many options for the Lakers here tonight, with Matthews and Katoni having 3 goals and 3 assists each. Rezater's 2 and 6. It's got to be Sean Evans with 1 and 7 to tie the record.
I think so.
For Langley, it's Robert Church, 2 goals and 3 assists. You could have gone with Dixon again, but he's had 2 already. And for the Lakers,
Number 42.
Mark Matthews was awfully good.
Yeah, he had a night. You could just see it in his step. He had just something going on there. And when he's on fire, awful hard to beat.
It's a best of 3 now, Sully.
It is.
What do you think? I mean, I just think we're in for some more great lacrosse.
Well, I don't know. I think the way both these teams played, they both brought everything. So here Shawnee is, he's just set, tied for the record. He's still arguing with the referees. That's just the compete level, and so fantastic opportunity tonight.
Great game. Thank you so much for being with us wherever in the world you are. We will have Game 5 tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Oh, and Bobby Keast has come over. Rod Jensen is yelling at Sean Evans. And the off-floor official is saying, get out of here. And Bobby Keast I've never seen him this fired up. He is letting Rod Jensen have it. And I like Rod Jensen. I get along with him well. I always enjoy talking to him, but I don't know about going and yell at the guy who's about to do the TV interview. I'm not sure I like that.
No, I don't. Only Sean Evans can bring that kind of commotion to an interview.
Well, there's a bunch of other
coaches fighting and a referee. You got to love it. Yeah. Honestly, you got to love it.
We'll wrap things up. That is it for Game 4 from the Peterborough Memorial Center in Game 4 of the 2022 Mann Cup. I'm Stephen Stamp with Joe Sullivan. Thanks for being with us. We will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern.